Welcome back to my channel. In this video we will learn how to collect seeds from cucumbers. In a previous video on my channel about planting, caring for, and trellising cucumbers after germination, I had set aside one particular cucumber. So I mentioned that I was setting it aside as a seed cucumber. The cucumber you see in the photo is in that condition. So we will collect our seeds from this cucumber. As you can see, it has grown quite a bit. These are my cucumbers. And we let our cucumber, which is the best example of its kind, sit for a while. Its color has turned completely yellow. So it had branches. The leaves have started to dry out now. We will pick this. After we pick it, we will extract the seeds from inside. We need to apply the general seed collection rules when collecting cucumber seeds. These rules, in short, are about healthy plants, like well-ripened vegetables, meaning the best example of its kind. We're leaving the first product. It's growing quite well. Look, we already have other healthy blood here. As they develop, we can pick them off, but we separate the best one from the diseased one, which allows it to develop further, grow and turn yellow. After that, we will pick it as a seed cucumber and prepare the seeds for use after going through certain processes. In this video, we will see them. So we will see here that cucumbers bought directly from the market won't be planted. Look, I have my tomatoes here. They're quite healthy. Now, we're cutting this cucumber. It actually needs to grow a bit more, but I don't want to wait any longer. I have seeds in my hand. I want to show you how this process is done. That's why I'm going to pick this. And we will see together which processes we will go through. You can even see the height difference between the seed cucumber and the other cucumbers here. This is how they are. Look at the ones you bought from the market. These have a yellowing. So, when it turns yellow, it doesn't mean it has become a seed cucumber. I'll show you that too. Normally, the sizes of a cucumber bought from the market, these are in a bigger place. Actually, look, it's yellow. I specifically set that aside for you. Now let's cut this. And let's take out the seeds. As you can see here, we will have a container filled with water. Because we will throw the seeds inside, we're cutting our cucumber in half. Of course, while doing this, some seeds will also be cut, naturally. You can see from normal cucumber, it has larger seeds. These seeds, we're pouring it into the water like this. Why are we pouring it into the water? So we don't just put them directly in the soil. We're not mixing them. You might say that these seeds have membranes around them. We will also remove those membranes. We will remove them. That's why the process takes a bit longer. I would like to remind you of what I just explained. So, the cucumber plant that is set aside for seeds is selected from healthy, disease-free, and well-formed plants. This cucumber is a good representative of its type on the plant. It should not be picked and should be left to fully ripen. This is how it should be. After that, it is cut and the seeds are extracted. Other cucumbers, except for the one set aside for seeds, can be harvested from the plant. But we leave one. The cucumber set aside for seeds is left to grow and ripen fully. The color turns yellow, and as the plant starts to dry out, the process of extracting seeds from the cucumber set aside for seeds is carried out. Here we have poured all our seeds into the water. Now, normally it should actually soak in the water for 1 or 2 days so that the shells come off more easily, but I will show you how we remove them again using another method. In the meantime, as you can see, the cucumber I have picked from the other branches hasn't grown or turned yellow. Let's see what the seed looks like. Let's examine that one too. As you can see, there is a world of difference between them and the seeds we just extracted. These are not seeds that can be planted. For this reason, buy cucumbers from the market or the ones you have grown yourself. If you plant the seed this way in the soil, you won't get anything. This one is the same size but has turned yellow. So we have a cucumber that has a yellow area. Let's cut this one too. So let's not be mistaken. This is how the yellow area is supposed to produce seeds. Here it is, the same, as you can see. So the seeds in the cucumber haven't developed. So let's say they are actually in a state that can be eaten. The seeds look like this. So that means that the cucumber we left behind needs to grow and turn yellow so that the seeds inside can develop fully and be ready for planting. Let them come. Now let's talk about the membranes around the seeds that I mentioned earlier. We are moving on to the process of separating the seeds. With the help of a spoon, I'm going to I'll rub these on the wire. I'm going to try to separate the membranes. This is not an easy process. We also need to make sure not to damage the seeds. In our first step, we're doing this. Then I put the seeds I've separated back into the strainer and start washing them thoroughly with water. Then I need to remove these membranes. The seeds will come out pure because, as I said, you will either wait for a day or two in a glass and then do this process, or strain it a few times. You'll try to separate the membranes from the seeds by rubbing them. We've now reached the final step to separate the coats. Here too. As you can see, I'm now taking the seeds one by one from here. When purchasing a transparent, there are coats. I'm separating them from the spoon and setting them aside. Yes, it's a laborious job, but the seeds are very valuable. Don't worry. So, in the end, these are heirloom seeds. You need to separate them one by one. I will set aside the transparent ones. You do this carefully without damaging the seed. This process all the seed coats need to be completely removed. Yes, we've cleaned them all. Finally, I will separate these as well. You can see the coats at the bottom of the strainer. It stayed there. Yes, these are our last seeds. Look, these coats need to be removed. These are the coats that are wrapped around the seeds. We're cleaning these completely. These are the broken seeds. They don't really matter. Our seeds are here. Now into this. We're going to fill it with water. About a day. There's no need for 2 days. We will let it sit for a day. The seeds that have sunk to the bottom are the most important ones for us. So the ones on top are also grassy, but the most important seeds are the ones that have sunk to the bottom, so let them sit in water for a day. The seeds, make sure to use the ones that have sunk to the bottom, especially those. You can use the rest, but you can be sure that you'll get the best yield from those seeds at the bottom. Finally, spread these seeds out on a cloth or a piece of fabric like a handkerchief. Wait for it to dry in a cool, chilly air. Let it dry for a few days. Then, put it inside a woman's stocking and store it that way. Make sure there's no moisture. If there is any moisture, it will spoil. That's why a woman's stocking is the best solution. Store it in a woman's stocking. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you want to get information on how to extract the seeds from other products like peppers and tomatoes, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and activate the bell.